Yeah, buddy. Releasing the hounds now. Everybody releasing the hounds now. Everybody wanna talk about the Cowboys now, though.
Yeah, that's probably like a nice, probably just piss you off. You know, some folks just,
Right, they do. They
make you
do.
want to say something, make you want to get personal with them. But
Yeah.
and it's not worth it. Kind of like whatever.
Nah, it's just what it is, man.
I think they still did good. So,
The Cowboys did. They did do good, man.
Tie game, the Cowboys, man.
Right, sweetheart. It is what it is at this point.
I think
I think what happened to our offense was the fact that they just wasn't. It wasn't loose, you know. They come out for 3 week or 2.5 week bye, you know, and then when you try to get that momentum in and all that good stuff, it's just what happens, you know. And it feels like you've been cheated in a way, but it was only 4 quarters. So if they had 5 or 6 quarters, then it would probably been a different story, you know. But it is what it is at this point. Guys, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, if you can be lied about, don't deal in lies, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise, if you can think and not make thought your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for broken and stooped and built back up again with worn out tools, if you can walk with kings and presidents nor lose the common touch, if you can feel the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, if neither foe or loving friends can harm you, then Cowboy Nation, we will be back again. That's what represents who a real upright stand-up person really needs to be. It's a heartbreaking loss. We lost fair and square, or they won fair and square. It just seems like the coin or the tables wasn't just turned in our right direction. We played sloppy. We didn't play motivated enough, in my opinion. But regardless of the situation, the scenario, shout out to y'all who out here in the chat room. Shout out to Joshua, Eli Cruz, A1, my boy Kev, and Sarah. It's gonna be a bright day tomorrow, man. You know it's gonna be a brighter day, so we don't have to worry about crying and all that good stuff. We're gonna bounce back next year. Kind of remind me of the '91 Cowboys, you know. We was this team, this young team that got out and was able to make it past, I guess, one team, and then we ran up against the Detroit Lions, and they beat the hell out of us. But we was able to win 2 consecutive Super Bowls after that. This is what the media wanted. This is what national media wanted. They wanted Prescott to lose. They wanted Ezekiel Elliott to fall, and they still throwing up allegations of whatever that assault thing that Zeke had. I think that was kind of crass of them to throw that out. And they won't mention one word of Tyreek Hill, or they won't mention one word of Allison Geronimo. They won't mention those off the field things. But it just Cowboy Nation. I wear this star on my chest because we under attack. But this is what it is, man. We just got to stay focused, stay motivated. Even I was like, man, we done. I was giving it up. My wife was just still supporting, saying, hey, let's get this thing going. It's just what it is, guys. It's what it is. We win some. What you say, baby? We win some, you lose some, right? Live to fight another day, Craig. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things, man. Let me see what you guys got, man. Jesse 214, love my Cowboys. I hope they take a loss and learn from it. Learn something, yeah, basically. Yeah, it is what it is. Now the trolls of the world. Dak was amazing. That one pick, I wish we can have it back, but we just didn't play on all 4 cylinders, man. It was just one of those type of games, and I was like, man, if we can just get crunk. I would rather for us to do like an onside kick coming out at halftime, you know, just do something crazy, man, to get this momentum swing, because regardless, Aaron Rodgers was driving that ball. and the penalties killed us. Yeah, right, Sarah, it did. I wanted to punch a cheese head in the mouth. I mean, don't punch nobody, man. Don't get arrested, man. It's just what it is, man. They're not the better team, but they won. They was the hottest team, and that's the golden boy, Aaron Rodgers. That's what everybody loved to see, right? White boy flips, refs effed us over holding the cold. Yeah, man. It seemed like they had a vendetta against the Cowboys, man. One play, if you guys seen it with my eyes, Cole Beasley had a helmet to helmet, and then on the other 2 consecutive plays, there was a what was it? It was a holding play on Winton, you know. So it's just one of those things, man. I know everybody's saying, okay, you spitting sour grapes now, but that's not the case on the scenario. Everybody who watched the game knew that we came out flat, we came out unfocused, we didn't come out poised, and it is what it is, man. Let the Giants, I mean not Giants, but Green Bay get what they want from here, man. You know, NFL want Rodgers versus Brady for Super Bowl. Refs don't. Let me see. Refs don't want Goodell. That's what Goodell wants. I can see that. We will be back next year. I hope so, Sarah. Good fight, good game, good team. DC for L for life. Jimenez. Man, it's no call on Witten, bad call. Yeah, A1 kept you right. No call. It's just one of those things, man. Man, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna just chime into what. Let's see what they got out here on. It's one of those deals, man. Let's see what we got.
Working out on the road.
One of those things.
And you know, the commitment they made, the investment they made when we got together.
One
in
of
April,
those things, guys.
For the off-season
It's
program.
gonna be a long
time,
year.
energy, and effort they put in to this football team. What we did in the off-season program, training camp, over the course of a 16-game season. It's a tremendous, tremendous investment. It's a physical investment, it's a mental investment, it's an emotional investment. And not only is it an investment in a goal, it's an investment in each other. And I thought that was on display today. We talk a lot about the word fight. Fight's a really important word for us. It's the foundation of our entire program. It's fighting to be the best. It's fighting to live up to the standards that have been set, high standards. Maybe more importantly, it's fighting for each other. And I told our team afterwards that these last 3 hours demonstrated who we are. The challenge in a game like this is to come in and be who you are for 3 hours. At the end of the day, if you walk out of here and you say, we represented ourselves and we were who we are, I think you can feel good about it. You can get your eyes forward and get your shoulders back. And there's no question in my mind, our coaching staff's mind, that we did that today. It wasn't perfect. We didn't coach a perfect game. We didn't play a perfect game. There's a lot of things we're going to look at and want to do differently. But who we are was on display. The fight that we have to live up what we want to do, live up to the standards, and most importantly, fighting for each other. That was on display in our stadium today against the Packers.
The second one, the hits that got intercepted, was the issue of them self-scouting or scouting you guys and just reading that play?
He just made a good play. He made a good play.
Is that a run pass? Is the play a run, but you're throwing that if the numbers are right?
Yeah, if you have a favorable look.
Is that the same? You ran that play in Green Bay and had some success early in that game?
Yeah, we've run that play a lot. Every team in the league runs that play. He did a nice job making a play on the ball.
He did a hell of a good job making that play on that ball.
This game unfolded uncharacteristically from how games have gone for you all season. You felt you still responded true to who you were and went about this the way that you
did. You watch the whole game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no question. Obviously, we want to start better. You want to play from ahead. That's not the nature of this league. You're not always able to do that. We did some good things early on in the game, and at different times they were able to get it going.
Call in, guys. Call in to the 105.
I thought defensively we did a really good job, just really kind of buckling down. They got a lot of different weapons. The quarterback, at the end of the day, they're going to talk about that guy as, one of the top 3 quarterbacks who ever laced him up. He's an outstanding football player. Someone said earlier this week, he's been hot for the last 7 or 8 weeks.
I
He's
feel
been
you,
hot
Jordan.
since 2008.
It's going to be better days,
and
man.
he's a great football
Better
player.
days coming.
And every time the ball is snapped, it's a challenge to contain him and the weapons that he has. And I thought our defense did a good job really just kind of bearing down and making some critical stops. Unfortunately, in the end, it wasn't enough. But there's no question in my mind who we are was on display today. Everybody just kept fighting, kept battling, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Talk about the way Prescott played in his first playoff game. Certainly, he didn't cower in the moment.
He was fantastic. I thought he handled the situation well. And again, when you're down 21-3, really easy to start getting out of yourself and start doing things that are uncharacteristic. And I thought Scott Linehan did a great job just keeping everybody in rhythm. I thought Dak did a really good job executing. The guys around him made plays. Dez made plays. Whit made plays. Zeke got going as the game went on. So, in so many ways it was positive. Not the ideal start, but again, the guys battled back and demonstrated who they are.
What was the explanation you got on the pass interference call that put the ball down about the 20 or the 35-yard line there?
Yeah, didn't get a real good explanation on that.
Definitely didn't.
Having listened to what you said, does this feel more like disappointment?
Please,
than failure?
goodbye, Doug Free. Mustard Tom, we need to get rid of Doug Free.
Have it already.
I'm tired of seeing him.
Well, the objective for everybody is to win the Super Bowl, and obviously we didn't achieve that objective. And
all defense drive.
we have to look at ourselves and
need
find a
another
way
wide
to
receiver
take
too,
the
guys.
next step.
We need
no
a wide
question in
receiver,
my
man.
mind. On day one,
Hell
the
with
objective
these,
was build a team we're all proud to be a part of
Butlers and
forever.
all this stuff for the world.
I can say unequivocally, I'm proud to be a part of this football team.
Jason, on the pass to Cook, on the pass to Cook,
Don't say Doug Free is garbage to Brian Broaddus. He thinks the world of Doug Free.
How are they supposed? What's the dynamics for the guys in the back end and how they're supposed to defend that?
Well, obviously, what you're trying to do, as much as anything else, you're defending field position in that situation. But again, when the quarterback is able to extend the play and get out of the pocket, and this quarterback is able to throw the ball from any body position to anywhere in the field, it becomes more challenging. So he made a big-time play. He bought himself some time. The coverage broke down a little bit, and they put themselves in position to win the game.
Unsportsmanlike penalty on Bryce Butler. Can you explain that and what happened there?
Yeah, unfortunately what happened was apparently he went into the huddle, came out of the huddle, and then he went back into the huddle. And apparently that's an unsportsmanlike penalty and it cost you 15 yards. That was a critical play early on in the second drive.
Bullshit play.
Big play to Terrence Williams on it. So it ended up being
seen
about
that
a
play
30
done
or 40 yard
thousands of
penalty. And obviously we didn't handle that situation well enough.
Have you ever seen that play before?
Had you guys huddled, Jason?
I've never seen that called before.
Never seen that call
You guys
before.
huddled? I mean, it didn't seem like Dak stayed off to the side to not even. I mean, what are the dynamics involved? What's up? When are you huddling?
Those guys are more expert than I am in making that call, and they felt like it was the right call.
Talk about Brian's performance tonight, how he, again, you were down 21-3, then came back with that.
Yeah, he's a big-time player. And, I just thought he did such a good job his preparation this week. And, for Dez, it's physical preparation, it's mental preparation, but it's also emotional preparation. He's one of those guys that, that wants to make a difference in the ball game for our team. And I just thought he did such a great job channeling all his energy and made a huge impact, play after play after play throughout the ball game. Scored a couple touchdowns and a couple other big receptions to keep us going in drive. So he's a big-time player, and there's no question he showed up today.
Just nitpick, the defense hung in and fought. Can you talk about the Heath interception and then coming back on that next possession? I think Church was actually knocked down, then came back and
What you say, sweetheart?
Yeah, again.
No, I'm on this live chat.
We have on our football team. And that was on display today. It's a good football team we displayed. They've won a lot of games in a row. They got big-time players, and our guys didn't blink. They just kept battling. Jeff Heath's one of those guys, every time he plays in the game, he does something positive for your team. He takes the ball away a lot, and in that situation, that was a big-time play. And then we responded offensively, and our defense continued to respond towards the end of the ball game.
Do you think that having that bye, the game against Philadelphia, where it didn't necessarily
low key, I don't know what the hell they're thinking about not putting Brown in earlier. Claiborne, I told y'all I want Claiborne out there.
You earn that by being the number one seed, and we were banged up at the end of the year, and we got a lot of guys healthy, and I thought that was positive for our team.
What are your thoughts on what Elliott was able to do today for you?
Great football player. He's been a great football player from day one, and again, talk about a guy who doesn't blink. He was going to get the football today. He was going to have a big responsibility for us offensively, and again, he responded in so many ways. He controlled the game for us. And again, I thought Scott Linehan did a great job keeping him involved when we were down 2 or 3 scores and continue to have that balance. And he's just a great football player. He's an outstanding competitor. He loves these kinds of situations. He responded well to them.
You said the defense played. You like the way they scratched and clawed after a rough start. How do you view that rough start? Aaron Rodgers aside,
Football hero gamer,
They had 4 long
HD.
touchdown drives.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at the
Shout out
tape,
to you,
but
man.
obviously we weren't able to get off the
Low-life
field on third
motherfucker,
down. We
man.
got them into some third down situations, and I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but I think they made their first 4 or 5 of them. And we were contesting plays. We were right there. He was making big-time throws. They were making contested catches. And, that's what happens in a game like this. And I thought Rod Marinelli did a really good job mixing it up as it went. Different pressures, different coverages. We're playing man, we're playing zone. Got them out of rhythm a little bit. I thought that sequence when we trapped them on a kickoff down in close, and then they had a 3 and out, and we got some favorable field position. I thought that was big for the momentum of the ball game to kind of get them off their stride. And again, I just think our guys kept battling, scratching, and clawing, and gave us a chance to win the ball game in the end.
At what point, Jason, you start looking at 2017 and beyond, what you've been able to do this year with Dak, with Elliott, and these guys, a lot of young guys that have come forward for you?
Start that tomorrow.
How hopeful are you that this is the start of something and not the end of something?
Well, I just think if you look at our roster, we've built the team in such a way we've got a lot of young guys who are cornerstone players for us. And I think the mix of youth and guys who are in the prime of their careers and some veteran guys has really been beneficial to the chemistry of the football team. I think some of the veteran guys who have been around here and understand how we want to do things have such a positive impact on the younger guys. So what we have to do is we have to get away from it a little bit. We'll look back and evaluate it.
What's going on over there?
We'll look for ways that we can get better from a personnel standpoint,
Okay.
from a scheme standpoint, how we can coach them better, how we can do things better. And that evaluation will start here in the next few weeks, and we'll get our eyes forward on 2017.
Does it feel like you let something get away today?
We let
I'm
a
just
lot
so
of
proud
stuff
to be
get
a
away,
part of the
man.
circle of the men that are in that locker room. And unfortunately, we didn't win the ball game. But the way they played, the way they competed, the way they fought, I just can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of them. And unfortunately, we didn't get the job done today. We're going to learn from this.
It's
This
a
will be fuel
blatant
going
hold on
forward.
pass from Aaron Rodgers to Jared
Pressure
Cook.
down 21-3. What's going through your mind at that point, and then to see he's kind of bounced back?
Just had to keep playing. There's a lot of football left. Obviously, we didn't play our best football at the start. We needed to make some stops on defense. We were able to do that. We needed to get something going on offense. And I think special teams provided a spark for us. So down 21-3 to make it 21-13, prior to the half, that's a different ball game. That becomes a one-score game. And again, tribute to our guys just to keep playing, keep battling, keep fighting for each other. Okay, guys.
There he is, Jason Garrett, as the Cowboys fall 34-31 to the Packers at AT&T Stadium. He was proud of his guys. The defense scrapped all day long. They did a great job, he said, on that 3rd and 19, but Aaron Rodgers just made a play. He said it's a game we can feel good about. And who the Cowboys were was on display today in a loss. They just dug themselves too big of a hole at 21-3. After that, they outscored the Packers 28-13, came on strong, put on a good show, but it is just so cruel that they will not advance to play in their first NFC Championship game since the 90s. Still waiting. It's Gavin Dawson, Jesse Hawley, and Mike Bassick here at the Miller Lite Club at AT&T Stadium. We'll come back. We're going to hear from Dak Prescott and then start taking your phone calls. 877-881-1053. Are you proud of these Cowboys and the way they played today, or too frustrated or disappointed? You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
With unlimited data from AT&T,
One of those
you can
games,
stream your
guys.
favorite
We
DirecTV content
just still need to
almost
stay
anywhere.
focused.
Side
We need to
effects
do it
may
better
include
in drafting
sports-induced
defensive
public
players that can actually
celebrations,
play
increased
this
desire
year
to
or
share
next year or
spoilers,
whatever.
and repeated late-night use
Those
of the
things that we
phrase.
need to really focus in and
Unlimited
key
effect.
in
Get
on.
unlimited data when you switch to AT&T Wireless
Outside
and
of
have
that, man,
DirecTV.
it's just
After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T
got possibilities, man. We got the future all on us, man. But we just need to. Man, this game hurts so bad, man. But like I say, once they clear the game, I should have it posted so we can watch the game and figure out what went wrong. But all those who had a chance and the opportunity to watch the game, just one of those things, man. If you just don't play focus enough, and if you don't play, if you come out flat, and you're a team that's built off of momentum, and you got the inexperience of rookies. This is how the game is going to unfold. Now, somebody my mention box, my comment box, my text messaging, everybody was saying, put Romo in, put Romo in, put Romo in, put Romo in. The conundrum of that, if you put Romo in, now you got Dak Prescott with another year of not having playoff experiences. So this was a much needed playoff experience. Like I say, those who folded up like a cheap chair or a cheap tent was the Doug Freeze of the world. So, you know, every this is bizarre. Every offensive lineman came out to play. Number 77, Frederick, Martin, Leary, they came to play. Even Looney came out to play. It's just that we had that 1 weak link, and when you have that, you know, it's just one of those scenarios. Dak Prescott was fine, you know, he is our future, but it is what it is at this point in time. If we got it all next year, but we need a formidable wide receiver. Terrence Williams, he did good. It's just Butler, man. He just he wasn't into the game. Did they need to do a fight video for him? Maybe he need to learn how to fight. I don't know. You know. Hopefully. Shout out to Kev, man. I see you on the rebound, fam.
We never shut the door. We just kept fighting.
One of those things, man. See what we got, fam.
He returned. He played quite a bit, but he could not help the Cowboys get a victory. He had a big flag early in the game. It was an illegal hands to the face that kept a drive alive that equated to a Packers touchdown. Just all the wrong flags. You know, I'm frustrated that the Cowboys lost. I think they're really good. I think they played hard and tried hard, and I think the coaching was pretty good. It just was a game of, you know, and all football games are like this, where it's a weird-shaped ball and unpredictable things happen, and you're trying to fit things in windows, and a player turns around or doesn't turn around at the right or wrong time, and all of a sudden everything is totally different. And, I think if you match up the Cowboys and Packers again, you do this game again, the Cowboys win at least 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. But that's part of what makes the game great, and part of what makes sports exciting is the opportunity for upsets like I feel the one we witnessed this afternoon. But once the Cowboys, snapped out of it, they outplay the Packers significantly over the final 45 minutes of game time. And we're here to talk about it with you and take your phone calls at 877-881-1053. The segment's brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort, home to over 7,000 of your favorite electronic games, more than 1,000 table game seats, 1,500 luxury hotel rooms, 27 championship golf holes, and the 3,500-seat Global Event Center. WinStar World Casino and Resort. You're going to need to stay a little bit longer. We'll hear from Dak momentarily. I guess what I'm saying is I don't blame anybody. I'm not mad at anybody for how this game went. I'm just mad they lost.
Yeah, I'm mad they lost. I'm mad at a few plays, but look, when you're playing a quarterback that gets this hot and he believes he's a god and he can make any play at any moment on 3rd and 19 and throw the perfect pass that I don't know if any other human being on the face of this earth can throw, you just run into that, and it hurts. It hurts as a Cowboys fan. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I know the players for the Cowboys are going to feel 10 times worse than me because it's their careers. It's their livelihood. It's their reputation. You know, like it or not, Dak's now a loser in the playoffs, and that's one loss on his record. And then, you know, if they stack up, whether he plays great or not, that's your reputation in this league when it's all said and done. Did you win or did you not when it counts the most? And tonight was an awesome game for sports fans. It just really stinks being a Cowboys fan watching this one.
Yeah, it sure did. We got to talk about the bye week and what impact it might have had on the Cowboys coming out and struggling a lot. And we're going to hear from Zeke as well. Okay, it's Gavin Dawson, Jesse Hulley, and Mike Bassick. Boys lose 34-31. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Ashley Home Store.
Yeah, man.
The number one
my thoughts on the game is in the title.
Cowboys proudly supports
not focused,
Hope to Dream charity, helping to change deserving children's lives
enough to come out crisp and sharp. Those were my thoughts. Chris White. Josh Lewis, yeah, hold this L. Cowboy fans, yeah. Appreciate you for joining in, whoever your team is. It is what it is. It's easier to poke fun and laugh at someone else's misery. You must have a perfect life, or you must have just a famous, awesome life, and that is beautiful for you. And I thank you. I thank you for that. You know, people like you motivates me. You know, but beyond that, man, shout out to those who follow the channel. Thank you guys for being here. It is what it is, man. But what we got to do is we got to come out, like I say, strong next year. We got to fix up this defense. Marinelli called a great defensive call for the second half of the game, fourth quarter mostly. But a few plays slipped away. You can only do so much with the skill levels that you have. And it is what it is, man. You can't trade, in my opinion, you can't trade field goals for touchdowns. And that's what we saw a lot in the game. I think Byron Jones is, like John Ian said, is kind of overrated. I think Byron Jones needs to learn how to pluck the ball out of the sky and catching INTs. He's just not that type of player. So we need to be able to look out for players like that in the draft. Let's see what we got. Still a commercial. But it's a long off season for us Cowboys fans, those who root for the team. It's just one of those things that this is what the media wanted. They was ready for this, man. They was ready for this. It's to blow up in our face. They was ready for like the Josh Lewis's, whoever that guy was. They probably posted and ran off from the channel. Those type of people. They was ready for this because you only talk bad about teams that are successful. And by chance, you know, someone argue, well, been 20 years or 21 years or what have you. Still at the same time, you just got to be able to just get our defense together. And I think our offense will follow along. I think we need another, kind of like what the Atlanta Falcons did with Sanu, you know, going out and getting another formidable playmaker on the other side. And I think that that's what we really need, because Lucky Whiteheads of the worlds, the Butlers of the worlds, and T. Will, he's doing his little thing, but those guys are not going to be able to make it. Jabril Peppers, man, from Michigan, wishful thinking. I looked at his tape, man. He's another one of those tweeners, man. I don't know, man. I just got to really look at some more Jabril Peppers. I don't want to spend no pick on him, and he ends up not being able to cover. He's not a good cover guy, in my opinion. You know, from what I've seen on tape and film, he's a good hitter, but we need somebody. We need somebody to be formidable on his damn defense. Damn, we need somebody to be formidable. We get a guy and we run him off, you know, because our coaching staff not able to contain him. Number 76, whatever the guy, Greg Hardy, and it's just crazy. But let's see what they're talking about on here, man.
Can you talk about the fact that you guys came back from that 21-3 deficit and the fight y'all put up?
It was just basically us just doing the right thing. We just, you know, staying with the fight. And because in the games like this, you never know what can happen. So that's just us just coming back as far as just fighting through everything.
What can you say about Aaron Rodgers? That guy is amazing.
He's a heck of a guy. He is definitely a competitor. And, you know, he's going to try everything he can.
And what did the coach say after the game to everybody? Because I know this room's kind of clearing out. Everybody's very sad.
You know, that's, you know, nothing else said before anybody came there. It's between us.
Got it down. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Tyron.
Yep.
Tyron Smith.
There he is, Tyron Smith, zipping up his bag and heading out the door. Devastating place to be, I would imagine, Jesse.
Yeah, man.
A lot of golfer voice going on in there.
Yeah, that you know, that because here's the thing that, you know, as fans, and I know fans, you guys are upset and dejected, and you have every right to be, but you are nowhere near the place that these players are right now. And I get it, fandom. Listen, you sit at home and you come to the games and you're on your couch and you tailgate, whatever. You don't put nowhere near as much work in as these guys.
Well, not on the practice field, maybe at the bar.
Probably not even at the bar. Some of these guys.
Not the right time.
But seriously, you give up family time. You spend more time on a day-to-day basis at the Star than you do with your natural family. Think about this. These guys get to the Star every single day, about 6 o'clock in the morning. They're there to about 4 or 5 o'clock. The guys who are really good are there to about 6 or 7 o'clock. By the time that you get home, if you have children, young children, the children are getting ready for bed. You spend a little bit of time with your mate or your girlfriend or your homeboys, your wife, your children, put them to bed, and then you're off to bed to get more sleep to come back to do the same thing again. And you do it time after time. There is no off season. You get a little bit of time in the off season, and you're back training again. And so there's so much time, energy, and effort that is put into a football season per player that the level of dejection in there is so deep that you can't even fathom it as a fan of how guys feel in there. It's just not a loss for them. The season just isn't over for them. A lot of these guys don't even know what the next thing is going to be, what happens next. Some guys, this may be the last football game they've ever played. This may be the last time they dress in a Cowboy uniform. This team next year won't be the same. The roster will be different. One, to add a guy, take away a guy. And so you just never know the fate of your future after a loss like this, and you got to go home and you can't play the game anymore.
34-31 the final. Segment's brought to you by Albertsons, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys, and Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, you were around for a couple of teams that lost their opportunity in Week 17, NFC East Championship games, so I would imagine very, very similar. What do you think about bye-week letdown? Is that the reason they only had 3 points with, 6 minutes to go in the half?
You know what? There's so many things you can look back on this game and say that was the reason. But you have to have that conversation. You have to have, did the bye week kill the momentum of this team? Did the bye week was the reason this team came out? So, and I know we got some guys back healthy. Mo Claiborne and Tyree got a chance to let the knee rest, and DeMarcus Lawrence came back in with the back. But the biggest thing is that it's that week that you've taken off. That rhythm is out. While those guys were still playing and still in rhythm and still hot, that's a conversation that you have to have. Did the bye week affect this football team? This team is not a veteran football team. There is no playoff experience on this football team. This team hasn't gone past this round. Nobody on this roster has gone past this round in the playoffs. Tony, Jason, none of the guys. So there's not a locker room full of guys who can kind of lean back and rely on past experiences.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab her down.
So and the way they came out early in the game, I'm not saying it's the reason, but it's a reason it's a reason enough to have the conversation. Did it affect this team early in the football game?
I mean, there's no way you would turn down the opportunity to have a bye, right? But that's a different conversation than, do you think this, especially considering they didn't play meaningful football after Week 15?
Well, look, you go back, not even the bye week. You go back to Week 17. Dak only played a series or two. A lot of guys didn't even play that game. That game wasn't even taken truly seriously. When you look at the grand scheme of things, that game wasn't a serious game. That game to the Philadelphia Eagles that lost, that wasn't a serious game. And so you have that game where guys were there but weren't really there. And then you have the bye week, and then now you have to gear up for this game right here. Those guys were playing, their playoff lives were on the line last week against the New York Giants. And in Week 17, they needed every single moment of the time to come out and win a football game. So, you look at it and you go, again, I'm not saying it's the reason, but it's enough to bring up the discussion of, did the bye week affect this team, especially early in this football game?
Well, one thing's for certain, by the end of the game, they definitely played themselves to a position where, if you look at the box score, it looked like the teams were very, very evenly matched. I think maybe Packers fans would like to believe that the better team won, but to me, Cowboys are the better team. I mean,
every stat's almost the same, except the score's 3 points and the penalties are 30 yards negative for the Dallas Cowboys. But literally every stat is like minute. Same turnovers, almost one different first down. 6 of 11 on third down for both teams. Like, everything is exactly the same, except they had the ball last, and they had a God-playing quarterback tonight.
And Mike, this, playing professional sports, a lot of times when you get down early in the game, you expend so much energy trying to get back into a football game, trying to make the plays, trying to hype yourself up, staying motivated. And sometimes when you get to that point where it's tied up, you just you breathe for that one moment to try to get it back, and that uphill battle sometimes gets so great when you finally get there and you're saying, all right, all I have to do is take one more step. and you can't take the step.
To your point, I thought at times the Cowboys, because they were down by so much, took a few home run plays when they didn't need it. But I get it. When you're not stopping the other team on offense, you think, well, we're going to give up 52. So we got to score 53. Like in your head, because being a former pitcher, sometimes like, I got to put up all zeros. If I give up a run, I know I'm going to lose. And so you start getting mindsets that aren't the perfect team mindsets. Now, the Cowboys overcame it, tied up the game, awesome job. But there are a few times where I'm just sitting there early on in the second and third quarter going, man, is this what – we don't take this many home run chances, but I get why they were doing it.
Yeah, and I still felt like they stayed pretty connected to their identity.
Yes.
And to their game plan. They made some adjustments on defense that I think was huge in helping them get stops. Dak was 24 of 38, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, and he makes his way to the podium for the final time in his rookie season. Here's Dak.
Dak, can you start by talking about that, your last sequence offensively where you went down just from the spike and then through the rest of that possession, including the 3rd and 2?
Yeah, I mean, that's just something we practice every week, just the 2-minute drill. In that situation, we had 1 timeout, I think over a little over a minute on the clock, and we executed. We did a good job of getting field goal range. Obviously, want to score a touchdown to put the pressure on the defense. Put the pressure on the other offense to go score a touchdown. But, yeah.
On that 3rd and 2 play, what happened on that? I know the ball is knocked down at the line, but what was the call?
I think it was Clay. I mean, he did a good job of just jumping up and getting his hands. I think I had Dez on the slant, but he really wasn't rushing. Clay, I think it was, whoever it was, kind of just playing it to the offensive lineman and jumped up and got his hands. A good play by them.
You and this team all season long have prided yourselves on not getting too high, not getting too low, but what are the emotions after a game like that?
I mean, I think as low as they could get at this point. I mean, this is a terrible feeling. Yeah.
Doug, what do you take out of this game, though? I know it's disappointing, but when you look back at how this team came back and proved itself in the second half, what do you end up taking out of this game when you do have time to sit back and think about it?
Yeah, that we're going to keep fighting. We kept believing in each other. We kept believing in making that next play, believing defense is going to make stops, offense is going to make touchdowns, and keep us in the game. And, I mean, we did that all the way there to the end.
After you threw the interception, I think Jason Garrett said we're all right. Did you guys still feel like you were good at that point?
Yeah, 100%. Defense went out there and made an interception and gave us the ball right back, giving us a chance. Yeah, the guy made a great play. Bad pick. Wish I could have held the ball at that point, but great play by them. But we stuck together. Nobody flinched. Defense went out there and did their job and gave us the ball back.
Dak, Jerry said afterwards he's more convinced than ever about what this team can do now, about what he saw in the second half. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, we don't give up. We're not going to stop no matter what the score is, no matter the game, and it shows the true character of this team.
What you're able to do this regular season and the guys you have in place going forward, are you able to step back and look at the big picture and feel good about that now, or is it way too early to?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, right now, I mean, you want to go back, you want to look at this film, and that's going to suck doing that. But once we put that behind us, yeah, I think it's nothing but good things looking forward and what this team can do.
Where was the point where you knew you guys kind of had things turned around, you guys finally got things rolling after this?
One more time, what do you mean?
At what point did you know you guys kind of had things turned around after the slow start?
I mean, really, in the first half, we go down there and we score a touchdown. I think even though they scored, we went down there and had another drive right before the half, and wanted to get 7, but got a field goal. And I mean, we moved the ball all day long up and down the field on offense. We only hurt ourselves the few drives that we didn't get points.
What was your mindset in the fourth quarter, and how comfortable were you feeling at that point?
I mean, I felt great. Offense was rolling. They were blocking up front. Guys were getting open. Play calling was coming in, and everything was smooth. It was good. It's fun when everybody's vibing like that and everybody's filling the play calls and getting it going. But, I mean, it was just continue to get these playmakers the ball and give our team a chance to win.
How much when you go out there after they take the lead, you think a touchdown win the game, just like the Thursday practice?
I mean, every bit of me. I mean, as like I said, we do it every day on Thursday. We finish our Thursdays off with a 2-minute drill. And I mean, it's either a touchdown or field goal, depending on the situation. And that's all I had in mind was just don't think about what this means, what this exact drive means. Just focus on each and every play that Coach called.
Did you take anything from watching Aaron Rodgers do what he did out there today?
Yeah, a bunch. I mean, he's an incredible quarterback. I mean, 90% of his throws are him getting out of the pocket and making things happen. was incredible watching him. Hate, obviously, in this circumstance, but, I mean, he's a hell of a quarterback.
How terrible a feeling was it knowing how badly you wanted one last chance and didn't get it?
Pretty bad.
When Dan kicked the field goal, did you feel like you guys were going to take it in overtime at that point?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had all the faith in the defense. We're going to stop them. Maybe something crazy was going to happen with them trying to do something and give us the ball with a couple of seconds left, or maybe a play and a field goal. But, yeah, I mean, I'm always optimistic, thinking good things are going to happen. And, I mean, like I said, the quarterback went out there and made a great play as he's done his whole career.
Did you see that play where Rodgers hit Cook, and how difficult is it to make that sort of play if you did watch it?
I mean, it's something Aaron Rodgers does. He was out of the pocket, guy in his face, and just, I mean, delivered a dime on the sideline, and Cook did just as good of a job as keeping his feet in. It was an incredible play.
2-point conversion, was that a keeper all the way for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a play set up where I've got pass options, but once I saw the Will Backer kind of eyes taking Zeke out of the backfield, yeah, it was a run.
Did you get a good explanation on the weird personal foul penalty on Bryce Butler?
Apparently he was in, left the huddle, went back in the huddle, and left again. I don't understand why it was a personal foul, but hey, I mean, I got to study up some more. We were in the huddle, yes.
Yeah. Was he actually in it? It looked like he may have been behind it.
You know just as well as I do.
Had you ever heard of that before?
As I say, I got to go study the rule book some.
Jack, that was your first playoff experience. What did you think of the intensity and competitiveness of the game? And having done what you did, how do you feel? And what do you think you proved, if anything, or little?
I mean, it was a great atmosphere. I mean, AT&T was amazing today. The fans and just, I mean, it was a great game all the way around. Just hates to be on the losing end, obviously. But it's just games that I dreamed of a little kid of playing in and plan to play in many more of them.
Maybe too early to say, but at least as far as you can tell right now, what did you learn about yourself today? What did this team learn about itself today?
As I said, we're never going to give up. We're going to keep fighting. We believe in each other. We've got a lot of faith in what we can do as individuals and collectively as a team. And I think it's the biggest thing we can take away from this game is when we believe in ourselves and we keep pushing, we've got a chance no matter what.
Can you talk about the touchdown pass that made it 28-26 to
Which
Dez?
exactly to Dez? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of another run-pass option right there. And they did exactly kind of what we thought they were going to do. Dez wins inside, and it's just him and the guy one-on-one. I know kind of put some air and put it where only Dez can go get it, and did a great job bringing it down.
Was your interception a run-pass option as well?
As well, yes. Yeah. Should have ran it.
How long will it seem till February, March, April, when you guys start doing this off-season stuff between now?
Yeah, it's my first one. I don't know. I mean, I'm anxious to play football every day. So for me, it's gonna be important for me to get a little break from it, but come back refreshed, ready to go, and help this team get ready this offseason.
This game kind of unfolded uncharacteristically than most of the games you've had this season, just being behind and never having a lead. But even though it didn't turn out the way you wanted, you feel you guys showed what you're about by the way how this game ended.
Yeah, 100%. As I said, we're not going to give up. We believe that we've got a chance in any game, no matter the score, no matter the situation. I mean, down 21-3 in a playoff game against a great quarterback and a great team like that, and you fight back and it comes down to the last 3 seconds on a field goal. I mean, that just shows the character of the guys in that locker room.
3rd and 2, you should have ran that ball with Zeke.
Zeke was Zeke. I mean, that chip on his shoulder is always there, but you noticed it a little bit in some of his runs, adding a little spin move here and there, just doing some great things. And, I mean, he's a great running back and excited for a long future with him.
Looking at this offensive line, this offensive unit as a whole, Dak, you've got to feel really good about the future of this team.
Yeah. I mean, the offense is young for the most part. I mean, my eyes, and the playmakers we've got, some guys in their prime, some guys coming along, me and Zeke first year. So, I mean, yeah, excited to get back at it, see what next year team's going to be like when it's all put together. Yeah.
What's the most significant lesson learned looking back on your rookie season?
Something I'll go back and have to watch every game I played in and kind of look forward to it. But I think something I could just say now is just trusting in my teammates, trusting in all the guys around me. Incredible vets on this team, incredible offensive line, just guys that have true character that made me better as a person, and definitely transitions on the field. So just believing in the coaches and the people around me.
When they scored on the opening drive of the second half, make it 28-13, what do you remember thinking at that point?
Go score. That was our only option.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Prescott gets a round of applause here from the fans at the Miller Lite Club as he was good. 24 of 38 for 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. We need to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
All right, we're back here at AT&T Stadium. Cowboys fall 34-31. It's a tough night, that's for sure, and Cowboys fans are disappointed. It appears there's a tornado on the way to our broadcast position. Like storms all across North Texas right now. There's a tornado on the way. So
we should have opened the roof when the last field goal. It's timeout. Open the roofs.
Get Green Bay's bus.
Something weird happened on that last field goal that blew that ball back in line. It was no good.
Yeah.
Like Mason Crosby went down to his knees. He thought he'd missed. His teammates had to be like, dude, you made that. It blew back in. Just an unreal way to lose a football game this afternoon at AT&T Stadium, and the season is over. We're going to come back and take your thoughts. 877-881-1053. I believe there is one line open for the time being. We'll come back and take your thoughts. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
This holiday season, give the official ham and bacon of the Dallas Cowboys. Petit Jean Meats offers Dallas Cowboys branded holiday hams and gift packs, perfect for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Petit Jean Meats has produced quality hickory smoked ham, bacon, and sausage for more than 88 years. Visit pjmeats.com for your Dallas Cowboys ham and gift pack options. Shipping is available nationwide. Petit Jean Meats, official ham and bacon of the Dallas Cowboys at United Supermarkets, United Market Street, and other select grocers.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield wants you to think about the word help for a minute. Say the word help, and it usually means someone needs something.
Could use support.
That there's a problem.
But now think about what help really is. Help is the answer.
It's the positive.
Like at the office, when working on a project or meeting with a client.
Help gets the job done. Because when people come together to help each other,
they can accomplish far more than they ever could have alone.
A friendly smile.
A kind word. A small favor.
It's these things people do week in and week out
that really show how much they're helping.
Because help never happens without someone else. And that's what helps get you through the day.
And makes time at the office feel a lot less like work.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas.
All right, guys. All right, so and just see what all we missing now out there in the chat room. Shout out to Sergio and rated 91. We need to place Brandon Carr. We need to do a whole vamp of defense. These guys are a bunch of guys that come this close and never get the turnover or pick. And then my boy Jeff Heath, I've been saying all year, that guy right there got something in him. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this string open. Got a lot of things going on in the background that you guys may can hear. But I'm going to keep the radio going for those who are not able to listen wherever they stay at in Germany or overseas or whatever, what have you, or Canada, wherever you may be. But this is one of those things that we just got to be able to just shake it off and stand on top of it for next year. All right, guys, I'm just going to bounce out.
Has leadership that can have the character it showed out there to put us in and give themselves a chance to win. It helps. It really helps.
There's Jerry Jones as the Cowboys fall 34-31, but his tone's similar to what Jason Garrett had to say. Proud of the team for the way that they fought back after going down 21-3. Brad Sham is sitting down with us to share his perspective on what was witnessed. The segment's brought to you by Susan G. Komen. Learn how the Dallas Cowboys and Susan G. Komen are fighting to end breast cancer. Visit Komen.org/IPromise. And we should let folks know there is extreme weather directly in our area now as the monitors across AT&T are saying, please take shelter. So if we stop talking and you can't hear us, that'll be the reason. But we'll be back shortly. Hey, good evening, Brad.
Good evening, Gavin.
Yeah.
No tornado's going to stop us. Not in here.
So, wow, just an unbelievable game. What do you think? Did the best team win? Let's start there.
Unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure of that. But the team that played best won. I think Green Bay's a little beatable. I think that it's really hard to get behind 21-3 and come back. And I thought that there were 2 or 3 mistakes, whether it was Bryce Butler or the bench on the 12 men on the field penalty. That was a huge one. Terrence Williams' drop on a pass on first down.
Not to cut you off. You've been around this game for a very long time. Been around the Cowboys for a very long time. I've played the game. I've never heard that call before. I've heard 12 men in the huddle.
Yeah.
But I never heard what they called today.
Well, let me tell you.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
There were a few calls. I mean, I think the league has a crying need to use crews and not all-star positional officials because those guys are used to working together. And I still don't know what the pass interference was on the second Jeff Heath interception. They said Barry Church. I could never see him anywhere near anybody. The ball wasn't over there, and they could have called. They could have called holding on Brown, but not pass interference. And so there were a few things. And nonetheless, the penalty was called, and it was punitive. And the drop, and then Butler had one go through his hands, and then there was a sack. And so the first 3 possessions, they really didn't play well offensively. Now, Green Bay played very well, and you can say the defense didn't show up. And I thought they did much better after that. But this team, I saw my spotter Sam Thomas showed me a tweet in, I'm going to say the second quarter, from Deion Sanders. And he tweeted, the Cowboys can't rush the passer. They have to get a pass rush. Now, my response to that is, really? Are you just figuring that out? How much money is the NFL Network paying you in week 18 or 19? This is how they've rushed the passer all year. That's no different than the team that has been. And this quarterback is one where you don't have any wiggle room. So they didn't play well offensively in the first quarter, which gave the defense no support, and it made it look even worse for whatever the defense was doing. And then you could see, once they came back, once they got the first touchdown to Dez, once they started doing some things, they were able to run the ball. The run mixes well with the way their passing game is set up, and then they made a game of it. And to come back from 21-3 down and 15 points down in the fourth quarter and 3 again late in the fourth quarter, I mean, that's the character of the team. And today they didn't play well enough. I'd love to know what the coverage was on the deep crosser to Cook that set up the winning score. You can second guess 1,000 things when you lose, by one play. Maybe you could have pressured him. He's pretty good against the blitz, but there were times today where they were able to pressure him. That was probably the biggest play in the game, that deep pass to Cook that set up the winning field goal. But I have a feeling that Green Bay is a beatable team, and that's why I'm not 100% sure that I can say the best team won. But the team that played best certainly won.
Well, great year, Brad.
Oh, yeah, man.
So
Absolutely.
cool. I was just taken away all of a sudden.
The late, great Frank Gleaver used to say all the time, whenever the season ends, however it ends, it feels like a freight train going 50 miles an hour running into a brick wall.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the deal is right now. And so it'll be time for OTAs and mini camps and the drafts and all of that before we know it.
We look forward to it.
Me too.
Have a great night. Be
Thanks,
safe
guys.
out there.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. If they let me out.
Right? Yes. It appears that a tornado is in line to come around AT&T Stadium, so we are in a holding pattern here tonight on the show. 34-31, Cowboys fall. We're live at the Miller Lite Club. Gavin Dawson, Jesse Hawley, and Mike Bassick, and it is time to take your phone calls. We'll hear from Mickey Spagnola, go back into the locker room as well, and start hearing from some of these players. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, home of the Hail Mary, world champions, and some of the greatest fans in the world. At MyFlakes.com, we get it. For you, Cowboys football isn't just a season, it's a way of life. So sport your true blue pride on your car or truck with a MyFlakes.com team license plate. Go to MyFlakes.com today, choose an official Dallas Cowboys plate, create your message, and save up to 40% with a personalized 5-year term commitment. How about them Cowboys?
MyFlakes.com. Visit the Owner's Box located inside Omni Dallas Hotel featuring an HD laser 18-foot screen. The Owner's Box, Omni Dallas Hotel, the only place to watch the game.
Get in the game and go to Albertsons when you're looking for fresh produce. From farm fresh peaches to organic strawberries, Albertsons has every variety you can imagine. If you're looking for convenience, well, we have that too. Fresh cut daily, ready to add to any of your favorite recipes. And if it's that healthy snack for the backpack or lunch bag, we have that too with our fresh grab and goes. So shop where it pays to play. Save 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboy game day when you wear your Cowboy jersey. Albertsons, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want the very best real estate experience? Choose the real estate company with over 77 years of experience in the DFW real estate market. Century 21 Judge Fight is the official real estate company of the Dallas Cowboys and will provide you the same level of expertise we offer the team. No matter what you need, our one-stop, full-service real estate company can help. Call Century 21 Judge Fight today at 800-799-9410 or visit century21judgefight.com.
Football fans know how critical it is to have the right talent on the field. Your business is no different. Innovative has 20 years of proven success, placing thousands of professionals for managers like you. Our clients love our low-fee programs starting at 10%, quick turnaround for urgent hires, and the ability to payroll and manage talent on your own. For more info, visit gotoinnovative.com. That's G-O, 2, innovative.com, or call 972-392-1144.
The Dallas Cowboys Pepsi postgame show continues. Brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Grab a mug and be proud to be a Bigelow Tea drinker. Ashley Home Store. Bell Nunnally. Cast a big shout out. Texaco with Techron. Driving performance. Goody Goody. Low prices on fine wine, craft beer, and premium liquor. Goody Goody. Toast of the town. Thomas, Alexander, and Forrester Attorneys. Fear the tap. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. The Jason Garrett Show, Monday morning at 8:30 on The Fan.
Elliott behind Prescott in the gun. Snap is back. Shows it to him. Pulls it back. Flips it over the middle of it. Touchdown.
Same time.
Okay, Dak Prescott responsible for the performance of the game, brought to you by Bridgestone. Their passion for performance knows no bounds. Bridgestone, the official tire of the National Football League. We will take your phone calls here in just a second. That touchdown to Jason Witten, Witten's first postseason touchdown of his career after 14 seasons.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed that when that happened.
Do you know who was the one player on this roster? Before Dez and Witten had a catch today, you know the one player on this roster who was the only player on this roster who had a postseason touchdown reception?
Must say, shout out to
Terrence Williams.
Yeah, didn't he have 3 of the 4 2 years ago against Detroit and Green Bay? I think I heard on the radio today.
You know, as we keep recalling the game in our head, I cannot believe that when Jeff Heath sacked Aaron Rodgers, he held on to the football. He had no clue that hit was happening. He just has the ball in his right hand down low. You know, just like, you don't want to say God or luck, it's skill and everything, but how in the world did he hold on to that football?
There were unbelievable moments like that. There was that one. After the Heath interception, he got it, and nothing was happening inside that window. I was down here in the Miller Light Club, so I wasn't watching from the press box. I was like, what's the flag for? Brad and Babe started talking about the flag, and I'm like, what? So there's 3 right there, and I bet we could go back and find at least a dozen that were like, oh, wow, that one went against the Cowboys. It's going to be tough to win now, and it started almost immediately as the Cowboys, they fought so admirably. They come back and tie it, but end up losing 34-31. Gavin Dawson, Jesse Holley, and Mike Bassick. Phone call time?
Let's do it.
Line 2 is Truitt and Little Elm. Thanks for calling, Truitt. What you thinking here tonight?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for taking my phone call.
All right, so
so I just wanted to call and comment.
Video late.
Y'all asked earlier if we were proud of the team or
hope you guys
if we were disappointed in the season or exactly what we were doing. So I'm extremely proud of the team. I'm proud of the fight that they showed, the heart that they showed. But I'm extremely disappointed in the play calling tonight. The fact that they said they were going to stick to who they were, and then they only ran the ball 22 times and Zeke had 125 yards on this carry, I think is insane. It took them 3 drives to finally realize to bring outside pressure on Aaron Rodgers. They finally did that right before halftime. I think that they should have been doing that long before then. So,
thanks for the call, Truitt and Little Elm. Extremely proud, yes. I think, for a game that you were down double digits a lot of, to get 24 total carries, that's acceptable to me. If you want to go acceptable, unacceptable, that's still in the range of acceptable. And the defense, You know, it was talked about all week. That's what they did against Green Bay that had success, was rush the 3 or 4 and be in coverage, and that worked. And it wasn't until it stopped working that they were like, okay, let's try something new, and then you got more blitzes. And so I think the coaches did a very admirable job, acceptable job. What do you guys think?
The biggest thing about the difference between when they played them in Week 6 to when they played them today was in Week 6, Aaron Rodgers was wildly inaccurate. He wasn't hitting throws in Week 6. So the method that they used in Week 6, it worked because the quarterback wasn't accurate. He was bad. I remember watching that game and saying to myself, oh my goodness, Aaron Rodgers is done. Like, we've literally seen one of the best quarterbacks of our time take a nosedive off a Grand Canyon cliff. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons where the two schemes are different, where you're looking at how he played in Week 6 to how he played today. He was way more accurate today than he was in Week 6.
I think when you look at sports and in baseball, if a guy loses the game 2-1 and the guy pitches 7 innings, you can't really blame the pitcher. And if you win a basketball or lose a basketball game 120 to 118, you can't say, boy, I didn't like the way we had the ball on offense. You know, we should have scored 122. Now, look, I mean, there's a few things that you can question, but I think Scott Linehan did a hell of a job. You put up 31 points in this game. It wasn't really, if you're going to blame one side or the other, I don't think it's the offensive play calling that you can say lost you this game.
Okay, we're coming back with Mickey Spagnola here live from the Miller Lite Club as people are hanging out because severe weather is in the area. I guess we're 9 minutes away from the eye of the storm, scheduled to be right here over the Entertainment District in Arlington. So it should be an interesting segment when we return. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
All right, go long on 3. Ready? Break. Blue 42. Green 27. Red 6. Hut. McCrimmon drops back. And I got it. Ooh, too long.
No matter how it happened, Caliber Collision makes it like it never did. We're America's largest collision repair company and proud partner of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, restoring the rhythm of your life. Caliber Collision.
Miller Lite is great tasting and less filling, which makes choosing the perfect beer for football an easy choice. Now it's time to make some other choices, like whether to wash your lucky Cowboys jersey or wear your team's socks inside out. Here's to the Cowboys in the playoffs. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Great beer, great responsibility. 2017 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Average analysis, 12 fluid ounces, 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
Through life's ups and downs and for all the journeys ahead, you know what to bring. The car you can count on. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Through it all.
Hey, Cowboys fans. Did you know that over the next few years, more than 1 million service members will transition from military to civilian life? Veterans face unique challenges when they get out of the military, and Bank of America and the Dallas Cowboys are teaming up to help with financial education, career opportunities, and support of military nonprofits and organizations locally in North Texas and across the country. We're proud to support our troops and are deeply grateful for the dedication and sacrifice of our service members and veterans. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys, invites you to join us in our efforts to get involved by tagging game day photos on social media using hashtag TroopThanks. That's hashtag TroopThanks. And by learning more about our commitment to veterans at bankofamerica.com/military support. Together, we can thank our troops in ways that make a real difference.
Copyright 2016, Bank of America Corporation.
Being a Longhorn, we all share one thing. Pride. Good old Texas pride. And no matter how we show it loud. It ain't there just on game day. It's there Monday, Tuesday, hell, every day. It's an unstoppable force that tears through tackles, obstacles, and more importantly, your veins. It's a badge of honor. So wear it proud.
We are Texas Apparel, the official gear of the Texas Longhorns. Now available at Academy Sports and Outdoors. We are Texas. Wear it proud.
To work this big land, you need equipment with values rooted as deep in Texas soil as you are. Like John Deere compact tractors with a 6-year powertrain warranty and big features that help you work less so you have more time to do what you love. John Deere was first in the Texas fields, and we're proud to be on the field as the official ag and turf equipment of the Dallas Cowboys. Find Texas-sized deals at myjohndeeredealer.com/football. Terms, conditions, exclusions, and warranty limitations apply. See dealer for details.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from GEICO.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our GEICO bill with the GEICO app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the GEICO app. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller of Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. I believe in the craft process of distilling in batches using old-fashioned pot stills, and that's the way we still make Tito's Handmade Vodka today. We even won the World Spirits Competition, double gold, unanimous judge's choice. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from 100% corn, so it's naturally gluten-free. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, 5th Generation Inc., distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas.
When the game plan calls for fast, reliable air transportation, America counts on the global leader, Airbus Helicopters. Corporate leaders choose Airbus Helicopters for business travel. Law enforcement and emergency responders choose Airbus Helicopters to save lives. And the Army, Coast Guard, and National Guard choose Airbus Helicopters to keep Americans safe. We're the home team, based in Dallas-Fort Worth, building helicopters here in the U.S. Airbus Helicopters, a game changer in the air.
And Rodgers back and peels out left and stands and looks and rolls and runs and throws it down the field, and it's caught at the 34-yard line by Jared Cook with 3 seconds left.
Okay, and that was the play that set up the game-winning field goal for Mason Crosby. Unbelievable how it steered back in between those uprights. It was clearly going left. And the fans, everybody on TV here at AT&T Stadium had to accept it. The kick was good, no time on the clock, and the Cowboys fall 34-31. Mickey Spagnola sitting down with us now to share his thoughts as we're live at the Miller Lite Club at AT&T Stadium. Good evening to you, Mick. How you doing?
Good evening. How's it going? I hear the weather's not too good.
Yeah, severe weather outside. It was quite pleasant when we came in today, at least, for January.
Climate's not too good in here either.
I know. This place is always 15 degrees hotter than any other place that we've been at in the stadium.
That's because it was a hot ending, huh?
Yeah. So very exciting ending, very unfortunate, but
it's like Barry Church said, you win 13 games and it all goes right down the drain because your focus is on winning a championship, and there's no consolation, but unfortunately, welcome to playoff football. Yeah. When it ends, it ends. There's no 2 out of 3, and it comes crashing down to the end in the final second.
Did you get any insight on what happened on that call that Church was flagged on?
Not even he did. I said, did you get an explanation? And he goes, no. And I would have to go back and look at it to see when the interference took place, as opposed to why wasn't it called holding. Because it happened way up the field. I don't know if the ball was in the air or not, and he was throwing the ball away, clearly. He had no chance to complete that, so it was an uncatchable pass, and usually when it's uncatchable, then they'll call holding instead of interference. But this one, they called interference, and, strange call, but, here's what happens. And we talked about it, Jesse, in the pregame show. I said, don't be kicking field goals.
Yep.
And they kicked 1 too many field goals. You got to score touchdowns, and all they scored was 3. And that was kind of uncommon for what they've done offensively all season long. I knew you were going to have to score 30-something. I said they needed 35, and they had 31.
Yeah.
So, you can't waste opportunities kicking field goals. I thought the teams yesterday found out about kicking field goals. The teams played in the first round found out about kicking field goals. In the playoffs, don't give me all this business that defense wins championships. Every team that won so far this weekend, did the other game start in Kansas City? I don't know.
Yeah. Pittsburgh up 9-7.
Everybody scored at least 30 points. And so defense out the window, score points, and you knew Aaron Rodgers was going to score, and It's too much Aaron Rodgers.
Do you think? What do you think about the topic that the Cowboys are set up to be back in position to win games like this?
Yeah, it's hard to look at it at this point. When the way it ends, it's like Barry Church said, 13 wins, and they're down the drain. And I would imagine they'll have to take a long time to get over this, to think, now we got to start again, because they don't grandfather you back into the playoffs.
Nope.
You got to earn your way back. And when you think about the monumental task of winning 13 again, you just hope it's not overwhelming.
Thanks, Mickey.
Okay, see you guys.
Have a good night. Be safe out there. Segment's brought to you by AT&T, which covers 99% of all Americans, which makes it easier for you to connect with family and friends with AT&T's networks. You're never far, mobilizing your world. We'll take a look at the scoreboard and get you the very latest on the Steelers and Chiefs, and then get into your phone calls at 877-881-1053 and your thoughts as the Cowboys fall 34-31, ending their season. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Here's to enjoying your perfect drink, whether it be neat or on the rocks, to the purest vodka, the smoothest tequila, and the rarest whiskey. Here's to your favorite gin and brandy, rum and liqueur, and to the store around the corner with friendly experts who can help you craft your next cocktail for any occasion. Goody Goody, toast of the town. Discover low prices on more than 5,900 spirits at one of 13 area Goody Goody locations. To find your nearest store, visit goodygoody.com. That's goodygoody.com.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, all between a toasted bun.
Chicken sandwich on its own is good. Chicken sandwich with buffalo sauce is fantastic. It really wakes up a chicken sandwich.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. That's back, and it's only here for a limited time.
The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, home of the Hail Mary, world champions, and some of the greatest fans in the world. At MyFlakes.com, we get it. For you, Cowboys football isn't just a season, it's a way of life. So sport your true blue pride on your car or truck with a MyFlakes.com team license plate. Go to MyFlakes.com today. Choose an official Dallas Cowboys plate. Create your message and save up to 40% with a personalized 5-year term commitment. How about them Cowboys?
MyFlakes.com. Gleaming floors and pristine restrooms, the sign of a well-run facility? With Pollock, janitorial supply is solved. Could always having toner, sticky notes, and coffee make your office more productive? With Pollock, workplace efficiency is solved. Want to get more products on every pallet? With Pollock, smarter packaging is solved. Anything you need, where you need it, when you need it. Count on it. Pollock is where solved happens. Call 1-800-843-7320 or visit Pollock.com.
Get in the game and go to Albertsons when you're looking for fresh produce. From farm fresh peaches to organic strawberries, Albertsons has every variety you can imagine. If you're looking for convenience, well, we have that too. Fresh cut daily, ready to add to any of your favorite recipes. And if it's that healthy snack for the backpack or lunch bag, we have that too with our fresh grab and goes. So shop where it pays to play. Save 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboy game day when you wear your Cowboy jersey. Albertsons, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey Cowboys fans, this is Dan Bailey. I'm a busy man during the football season. I could be kicking field goals in New York on Sunday, then back in Dallas training on Monday. No matter what city I'm in, I always make sure to drink my Bigelow tea. In fact, Bigelow teas are all over our facility and are a part of our daily routine. From the hand-picked teas to carefully selected ingredients, all protected in their signature foil pouch because flavor matters. The Bigelow family knows we deserve more. So Dallas, pick up a mug, join me, and be proud to drink Bigelow tea.
Looking for the ultimate steak experience? At Pappas Brothers Steakhouse, we pride ourselves on our straightforward approach to serving our guests the best steaks. We buy the highest quality ingredients, use a timeless recipe, and cook it flawlessly each and every time. There's no detail left untouched when you dine at Pappas Brothers Steakhouse. We have a vast wine list and sommeliers to help guide you through 3,500 selections. Join us at Pappas Brothers Steakhouse for the ultimate steak experience. A proud supporter of the Dallas Cowboys.
Tom Patterson here, founder and CEO of Tommy John, the 21st century men's underwear brand that makes wedgies impossible by combining patented, breathable fabrics with truly innovative design for what can only be described as the perfect fit. And they're backed by our best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee. Tommy John, no adjustment needed.
Experience life-changing comfort with Tommy John men's underwear. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Save 20% on your first order with code COWBOYS at TommyJohn.com now.
The Cowboys don't take the field without a game plan, and neither should you. When it comes to energy needs, do what the Cowboys do and trust ProStar Energy Services to perform for your business. They offer unbiased independent consultation with centuries of industry experience in markets, both nationally and internationally. Let us draft a strategy to help your business beat the competition with bottom-line savings on your energy bill and custom procurement and utility bill auditing solutions that keep your team focused on winning. To score big for your business, call ProStar today, 817-892-4250.
The KNC Masterpiece, weeknights on 105.3 The Fan.
We're going to double Dez, back to throw 3rd and 4, over the middle, Beasley. 20, 50, boom, down he goes. Oh, and pop, up he comes. Right back in his face. Woo!
And welcome back to the Cowboys Radio Network. Obviously, technical difficulties right now at AT&T Stadium as thunderstorms and tornadoes are moving through the Metroplex as we speak. My name is Troy Hughes, taking over right now for Gavin Dawson, Jesse Holley, and Mike Bassick. Hopefully try to reconnect with the guys at AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys season comes to an end after a devastating loss to the Packers on a last-second field goal from Mason Crosby. One of the guys there in the locker room was, of course, our very own Chris Arnold. He caught up with Byron Jones.
Byron, you guys had a great season. It was a tough loss. Hard to reflect on this, but is this one of the toughest things you ever been through?
Yeah, it's not fun losing like that. Came down to the wire. We fought back, from incredible odds, tried to come and win it. Offense did everything they could to keep us in the game, so it's frustrating when you don't come out with that win.
Could you go over that last play with Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball? What were you seeing out there?
Well, we're in zone, and of course Rodgers is going to find a way to extend the play. So you try to maintain the zone integrity, but when the ball's held that long, it's hard to find the receivers behind you. So that was a tough one.
Did it look like you were throwing the ball away?
Yeah, I mean, the ball was straight to the sideline. He put it on the laser. Right. That's what we expect from Rodgers.
Right.
And he's out there just creating plays for the team.
Byron Jones talking with our very own Chris Arnold after the game. It is the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. The Cowboys season comes to an end on the foot of one Mason Crosby for the Packers. We will try to reconnect with Jesse Holley, Mike Bassick, and Gavin Dawson at AT&T Stadium just to give everyone an update as to what's going on here in the Metroplex. There are thunderstorms and tornadoes rolling through the area right now. We've been given word that the power has gone out at AT&T Stadium. So right now we are trying to reconnect with our guys there at AT&T Stadium and to get back to you guys to talk about this impressive season for the Cowboys that comes to a devastating loss. The Cowboys lose to the Packers, and we'll be right back. This is the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
With unlimited data from AT&T, you can stream your favorite DirecTV content almost anywhere. Side effects may include sports-induced public celebration, increased desire to share spoilers, and repeated late-night use of the phrase,
just one more episode.
The unlimited effect. Get unlimited data when you switch to AT&T Wireless and have DirecTV.
After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T makes slow speeds. Must have eligible TV service. If you're not eligible, AT&T will move you to a new plan and overage charges may apply. Plan will include Stream Saver. Other restrictions apply. See store for plan details.
Here in Dallas, fans know what it means to be great, so they pack the stands to show their team some love. Some decorate with their team colors.
Honey, I painted the house. Nice, huh?
Honey. And others would travel any distance for their team. So American flies to the most international destinations, including 5 cities in Asia, just in case they ever expand the league to, say, Hong Kong. Translation, go Cowboys. The world's greatest flyers fly American, official airline of the Dallas Cowboys.
We sleep, breathe, and now scratch football. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket from the Texas Lottery today for your chance to win up to $100,000 instantly, and enter promotional drawings for a chance to win a Cowboys VIP suite experience, training camp package, a draft day package, season tickets, and much more.
Thank you for supporting Texas education and veterans. The Dallas Cowboys and the Dallas Cowboys logo are registered trademarks of Dallas Cowboys Football Club Limited and are used under license. All rights reserved. For detailed game odds and information, visit txlottery.org or call 1-800-37-LOTTO. Must be 18 or older to purchase a ticket or to enter a promotional second chance drawing. Play responsibly.
I went to my first Cowboy football game at the Cotton Bowl when I was 10 years old. I've been a Cowboy fan ever since, in the Super Bowl years and the not-so-good ones. Teamwork is what makes winners. At the law office of Domingo Garcia, we play as a team to win your case. If you have been hurt in a car or truck accident, injured on the job, call the law office of Domingo Garcia and join our winning team. With offices in Dallas, Houston, Austin, Odessa, and Tyler, we can help you in Texas. Call 214-941-8300. 214-941-8300.
On Saturday, February 25th, Rock Nation Sports presents the return of five-time world champion and Puerto Rican legend Miguel Cotto versus Texas-owned power-punching James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland in an all-out brawl at the brand-new Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Cotto versus Kirkland, the return. February 25th at Ford Center at the Star in Frisco.
Being a Longhorn, we all share one thing: pride. Good old Texas pride. And no matter how we show it loud. It ain't there just on game day. It's there Monday, Tuesday, hell, every day. It's an unstoppable force that tears through tackles, obstacles, and more importantly, your veins. It's a badge of honor. So wear it proud.
We are Texas Apparel, the official gear of the Texas Longhorns. Now available at Academy Sports and Outdoors. We are Texas. Wear it proud.
Through life's ups and downs and for all the journeys ahead, you know what to bring. The car you can count on. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Through it all.
Hey, Cowboys fans! Academy Sports and Outdoors is the place to go when you need the gear to support your team. Academy is your one-stop shop for Cowboys jerseys, t-shirts, caps, novelty items, and more at everyday low prices. Be sure to visit your local Academy store or academy.com to stock up on Cowboys gear for the season. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
The right stuff, the low price, every day. Academy.
Get together with your fellow Cowboys fans and enjoy every game with smooth 100% agave Hornitos tequila, because Hornitos knows Cowboys fans only need three things from their team this year. 1, get the run game going early and often. 2, get the ball to the playmakers. And 3, do everything to protect the quarterback. And of course, celebrate every victory with Hornitos tequila, proud fans of the Dallas Cowboys.
Celebrate responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2016 South Tequila Import Company, Deerfield, Illinois.
When an injury keeps you from being active, you want one place that has the expertise to care for all your orthopedic needs. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health is ready to care for you as a whole person. From athletic injuries to arthritis, you'll get personalized care from orthopedic specialists. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a physician, visit BaylorScottandWhite.com.
The Dallas Cowboys Pepsi postgame show continues. Brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. Pepsi, all for the Cowboys. Caliber Collision, restoring the rhythm of your life. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. John Deere, the official AG and turf equipment of the Dallas Cowboys. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One Love, the University of North Texas, established 1890, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Crosby for the game, 51 and away. Line drive kick. It's good, and the Packers missed it. He missed it. Did he miss it? No, it's good. Oh, my goodness. The judge under the left upright held his arms up.
This thing sneaks into Cowboy players. We're all signaling no good from the field.
It's good, and the Packers win the game.
An unbelievable twist as Mason Crosby's kick was going left, and it ducked. It took a right. And The roof was closed. The doors were closed. Where did the breeze come from? That was some wicked English on the football. And just the last bad break in a series of bad breaks for the Cowboys this afternoon, and it equates 34-31. Packers get the victory. Segment here brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by the Salvation Army. Where do your donations to the Salvation Army go? Wherever a life can be turned right side up, wherever hope's the only thing left. Donate today at SalvationArmyDFW.org. The Salvation Army doing the most good. We're going to get your thoughts here on this game in just a couple of seconds. We heard via Twitter that Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott are out walking around on the field. So, Mike, there at that last break, you went and took a look.
They're just hanging out there on the field. There's probably 8 or 10 other people out there with them, but I think they've shut down the field. Fans, everybody has to stay here until they allow us to leave because of the weather right now. But, yeah, so Dak and Zeke are out there with, I'm assuming, staff members and stuff. But
well, salute to Troy Hughes, who had to pick up the broadcast responsibilities is right before the last segment started. We were knocked off air by the weather. Apparently there were reports of a tornado that had touched down on 360.
I believe so. So, I mean, it's pretty bad here in Arlington, close to the stadium. And, speaking of Dak and Zeke, they're so young, and it's awesome. It's an awesome future, we think, for the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm just going to touch on yesterday's game real quick. When Seattle won the Super Bowl 100-0 or whatever the score was, we didn't think they were going away for a long time. They've kind of gone away. They're making the playoffs, but last year they weren't a very good team and should have lost in the first round, got killed in the second round, got beat pretty bad in the second round this year. I'm excited. Yeah, and I'm excited for their future. And I mean, they're not out there crying or moping, and they're not out there having a grand time. But it's like you can tell they're. I don't think you could like right now. Jason Witten doesn't want to be around a human being.
Yeah.
There's 1 to 4 more years left. Who knows? Exactly how many more. But I think, Jesse, it's easier to take this loss as a first or second year player than it is a 10th or 11th or 12th year player in this league.
Yeah, because you know why? A lot of time when you're a first-year guy, you're a rookie guy, you have that, especially a guy like Dak or Zeke who's had a ton of success in their college careers. You begin to think, well, we'll do it again next year, right? It's always that, well, we can do this again next year. But guys like Jason Witten, who's been here 14 years and has only been to the playoffs 4 times in 14 years as a Cowboy, he understands a little bit more that, hey, guys, this thing does not happen for you every single season. You can't look at this and say, well, because we have the same team coming back that we're going to make the same run next year. And as guys get older, you'll start realizing more and more, like, you know what? Every time you have an opportunity to play in a game, that's why I think why Jason is so he appreciates the game so much, because he understands that you don't get to do this. Think about this. You don't think about doing your dream job for a living. They are paying you to play football, and while Jason Witten may have a 14, 15, 16-year career, it still doesn't span a lifetime. Think about 10 or 15 years of your lifetime. If the average male lives to be 70 years old, there's 60 other years that you have to live.
Happens so quick. And when you're young, you think it's taking forever.
Right. And so young guys will think, well, we'll do this for the next 5 or 6 years. And guys like Jason go, listen, fellas, you'll look up and you'll be 10 years in, and you've been to the postseason twice.
You're lucky.
And if you're lucky to get 10 years in, you'll look up and you'll say, this game is over. It's done. And we don't play this game anymore. So, these opportunities like this today, man, it hurts when you lost, because, guys like Jason Witten understand that this isn't a norm to go to the playoffs every single year.
Witten had a great line going in. He said it this week that he understands clearly there's a lot of great players that have played this game and not won a Super Bowl. He said, but I don't want to be one of them.
Yeah.
And so many people were pulling for Witten, and, there's more opportunities. I am of the thought, and I totally get what you guys are saying, but I am of the thought that when you look at the rest of the division and when you look at the Cowboys, I would be majorly disappointed if they're not in the playoffs at least 2 of the next 4 years.
I'm with you. I'm going to pick them to go to the Super Bowl and win it next year. I know that there's an offseason and a draft and everything. I'm picking the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl next year, but I picked them to win the Super Bowl when they went 4-12 and got Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott in the draft. So.
Well, that's the scary thing is last year, obviously, the Skins were thinking they'd figured it out with Kirk Cousins, and 3 years before that, they were so excited that the future was gold with RG3, and things do change quickly. What a play of the game, and your phone calls coming up next. We have 4 segments left, and it's all about you now that we've taken care of all this business. 34-31, Cowboys lose. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Hey fans, as the Cowboys look to bring home another victory.
Thrown in the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown.
Crown Royal would like to remind you to bring yourselves home safely. So after enjoying a delicious Crown Royal Regal Apple cocktail, call a cab or catch a ride with a designated driver. Because part of being smooth to the core is being safe. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey. Smooth to the core.
35% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2015, The Crown Royal Company, Norwalk, Connecticut. Please drink responsibly.
Today at Whataburger, we're picking the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, topped with Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch, all between a toasted bun.
Chicken sandwich on its own is good. Chicken sandwich with buffalo sauce is fantastic. It really wakes up the chicken sandwich.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich. That's back, and it's only here for a limited time.
When you need help for yourself, your business, or a financial institution, financial services can be a complicated game. You need a team you can trust. Through 40 years in the game, SWBC has coached individuals, businesses, and financial institutions. SWBC provides insurance, mortgages, and more, and assists businesses with employee benefits, insurance, and payroll. Pass the ball to SWBC and let them create a winning game plan for your financial needs. Call 866-923-6403 or visit SWBC.com.
At Elephant Auto Insurance, we like to reward our customers with more than just peanuts. That's why we're introducing tons of discounts that just about anyone can qualify for. Discounts for responsible drivers, multi-car discounts, discounts for homeowners, discounts for renters, early shopping discounts, online quote discounts, good student discount. I could do this all day. Pay in full discounts.
More care, less cost.
Discounts.
See the elephant difference at elephant.com.
Football fans know how critical it is to have the right talent on the field. Your business is no different. Innovative has 20 years of proven success placing thousands of professionals for managers like you. Our clients love our low-fee programs starting at 10%, quick turnaround for urgent hires, and the ability to payroll and manage talent on your own. For more info, visit gotoinnovative.com. That's G-O2, innovative.com, or call 972-392-1144.
Here's to enjoying your perfect drink, whether it be neat or on the rocks, to the purest vodka, the smoothest tequila, and the rarest whiskey. Here's to your favorite gin and brandy, rum and liqueur, and to the store around the corner with friendly experts who can help you craft your next cocktail for any occasion. Goody Goody, toast of the town. Discover low prices on more than 5,900 spirits at one of 13 area Goody Goody locations. To find your nearest store, visit goodygoody.com. That's goodygoody.com.
Wearing glasses with Crizal lenses can make a big difference in your vision. Neither the sandstorms of the Mojave Desert, nor the dust and dirt of a Texas rodeo, nor the glare of the bright lights of Broadway can keep you from having the clearest vision possible. For no-glare lenses with great water, dirt, dust, scratch, and smudge resistance, choose Crizal. Live life in the clear. That's C-R-I-Z-A-L. Crizal. Ask for them at your eye care professional.
Blue 42!
When you listen to the Cowboys game.
Blue 42! That hunt!
Like you're in the Cowboys game. Revel Audio and the all-new Lincoln Continental. It immerses you in every note of music and every Cowboys game like you're on the field. That's Continental. And this is Lincoln, the official luxury vehicle of your Dallas Cowboys.
Tom Patterson here, founder and CEO of Tommy John, the 21st century men's underwear brand that makes wedgies impossible by combining patented, breathable fabrics with truly innovative design for what can only be described as the perfect fit. And they're backed by our best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee. Tommy John, no adjustment needed.
Experience life-changing comfort with Tommy John men's underwear. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Save 20% on your first order with code COWBOYS at TommyJohn.com now.
The Jerry Jones Show, Tuesday mornings at 8:30 on The Fan.
For 2 in the tie, Prescott in the gun, runs it up the middle, bangs to the goal line, he's in, it's tied, they came all the way back.
All right, welcome back. Cowboys fall 34-31. The season is tragically and swiftly over. as they have failed to advance to the NFC Championship game once again, 21 seasons and counting. It's obviously very disappointing, and there's going to be a lot of talk about it. I am confident this team is set up for a lot of success into the future. I think they're going to put together a defense this offseason that's going to be top 10, and I think the offense should be top 5 next year. So I am very excited, but I know now is not the time to talk about that excitement or to tell you to get over it or anything close to it. So we'll just take your thoughts, and however you want to take it is good with us. 34-31, Cowboys lose. The What a Play of the game brought to you by What a Burger. And today's game between the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium was brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Still have several players at the stadium because weather in the area has prevented people from leaving, but we're expecting that to subside here in the next 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, let's take your thoughts. 877-881-1053. Line number 4 is Dan in Arlington. Dan, thanks for calling into the post-game show. What you thinking here tonight?
Yeah, appreciate it. So I wouldn't say and like y'all said earlier, I wouldn't say there's any one player you could blame for the loss. I mean, there was a lot of things that went wrong, and I think Dak played good. I mean, obviously he had good stats, and other than the interception and maybe the spike, which who knows if that was his call or Jason Garrett's call. But I was just wondering if you think that if Romo had played, would the Cowboys have still lost?
Thank you for the call, Dan in Arlington. It's the first time this thing has come up since we've been on air here today for a good reason.
Yeah, I'll answer it first. It's impossible to know.
Yeah.
He played 6 plays in 2016. He played 2.5 games in 2015. Nobody has a clue if he's still good or if he's horrible. You don't know as a listener. We don't know as doing radio shows. Jesse doesn't know as former teammate, as a super expert. But nobody knows. Nobody knows what Tony has or doesn't have.
Everything would have been different, right?
No, you're right, Mike. We don't know. We don't know what Tony would have done. We like to say that, well, he would have done this, he would have done that. We don't know.
Yeah.
There were a couple of opportunities. I mean, if it goes to 28-3, instead of the Cowboys finally getting a stop and scoring at the end, maybe at 28-3 we would have found out at the beginning of the half.
Well, I agreed with a tweet that I saw around the 21-3. If Tony Romo can play defensive end, put his ass in the game. But at that point, it wasn't. The offense wasn't doing great, but it was penalties that killed the drive. It wasn't really Dak screwing it up. So, but I get what you're saying, but.
Yeah, it would have become such a huge score that at least maybe a conversation would have had. Yeah, I didn't see any moment in the game where I would have changed anything, because even when they were down 21-3, it wasn't because Dak was playing poorly, and that's an important part of the equation, I think, if you're going to make a change at quarterback. I did find it funny, though, that so many Dak supporters that were like, well, this is going to be great because our best defense against Aaron Rodgers is a good offense. And then when they weren't scoring, it was like, okay, so it's not working. Does that mean it's time to put Tony in? And then the line became, oh, no, Tony can't play defense. Well, no. See, the best defense is a good offense. So we'd be fixing that by fixing the offense. But,
they both had chances to beat Aaron Rodgers, and they're both 0 for 1.
There you go. It ends up going in circles when you bring that up, doesn't it? All right, here's line number 5. Is this PG in Dallas? PG in Dallas, you're on the post-game show here. What are you thinking, man?
Hey, man, I'm thinking I called in a couple of weeks ago, and I told you all exactly what was going to happen. I told you that great coaching gives you the edge in the playoffs. Y'all steadily sitting up here talking about it's not about the coaching. What about the 3rd and 2 where we're passing and we got
play? It's one play. You're gonna make a judgment on the coaching in a game that had 150 plays and say, well, you passed it on the 3rd and 2. You know why they always run it? Thanks for the call. You know why they always run it on 3rd and 2, or you know why they always give it to Lucky Whitehead in the jet sweep? Because of the deception that it provides. The one time out of 100 that they decide we're gonna pass here, and the defense ain't going to be ready for it.
I agree with the caller. I thought the coaching staff for the Packers, when they called the rollout to the left on 3rd and 19 and to throw a 40-yard bullet to Jared Cook right on the sideline where he had 1 inch to drag his toes, I thought that was all coaching, and the players had nothing to do with that.
Here's Josh.
I'm being sarcastic if you don't know that.
I got it. We're in person. I can tell.
Yes, but if you're listening.
I needed to clarify, though. That was a great coaching move, though. Here's Josh in Dallas on line 6. You're on the post-game show. Josh, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm not going to blame it on the coaching or that it was too much Aaron Rodgers. I think it's the officiating. I think when you play Aaron Rodgers, you're also playing the officiating crew, because it never fails that they get calls that I've never heard of before, that have never been called before. The pass interference call that you can't. Can anybody pick out the pass interference on that play yet, where Jesse made his second interception? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate the call.
I'll agree somewhat here, because they never hold. They never do anything wrong on offense. To the referees, they never. I don't think they had 3 penalties. Yeah. I think they're all on. So they never hold on any play. They never do anything on any play wrong. But look, that's the way it is. You know, I don't want to say the refs won or lost the game.
Okay, so we were just handing a note. DFW Airport has been shut down. That's very interesting. All right. Apparently the storm is very much affecting that area of the Metroplex now. All right, so hope everybody is good out there. Cowboys fall 34-31. We will come back and give you the drive of the game and then take more of your phone calls at 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
When the game plan calls for fast, reliable air transportation, America counts on the global leader, Airbus Helicopters. Corporate leaders choose Airbus Helicopters for business travel. Law enforcement and emergency responders choose Airbus Helicopters to save lives. And the Army, Coast Guard, and National Guard choose Airbus Helicopters to keep Americans safe. We're the home team, based in Dallas-Fort Worth, building helicopters here in the U.S. Airbus Helicopters, a game changer in the air.
Miller Lite is great tasting and less filling, which makes choosing the perfect beer for football an easy choice. Now it's time to make some other choices, like whether to wash your lucky Cowboys jersey or wear your team socks inside out. Here's to the Cowboys in the playoffs. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Great beer, great responsibility. 2017 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Average analysis, 12 fluid ounces, 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
Hey, Cowboys fans! Academy Sports and Outdoors is the place to go when you need the gear to support your team. Academy is your one-stop shop for Cowboys jerseys, t-shirts, caps, novelty items, and more at everyday low prices. Be sure to visit your local Academy store or academy.com to stock up on Cowboys gear for the season. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
The right stuff, the low price, every day. Academy!
As a 300-foot-tall dino monster, people think all I'm good at is rampaging. But there's more to me than that. Just like Geico. Yeah, they could save you money, but they also have over 75 years of savings and service. So Geico is super good at insurance. And yeah, I like rampaging. But I'm also a huge fan of
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
At the University of North Texas, 37,000 students from around the world fulfill their dreams and transform their lives through education and opportunity. UNT has been ranked a Tier 1 research university by the Carnegie Classification and named one of America's 100 best college buys for 20 straight years. Get the best education in Texas in the best college town in Texas. Find us online at unt.edu. Discover why UNT is the university for you. The University of North Texas, established 1890.
Hey, Cowboys fans. Did you know that over the next few years, more than 1 million service members will transition from military to civilian life? Veterans face unique challenges when they get out of the military, and Bank of America and the Dallas Cowboys are teaming up to help with financial education, career opportunities, and support of military nonprofits and organizations locally in North Texas and across the country. We're proud to support our troops and are deeply grateful for the dedication and sacrifice of our service members and veterans. Bank of America, official bank of the Dallas Cowboys, invites you to join us in our efforts to get involved by tagging game day photos on social media using hashtag TroopThanks. That's hashtag TroopThanks. And by learning more about our commitment to veterans at bankofamerica.com/military support. Together, we can thank our troops in ways that make a real difference.
Copyright 2016, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey NFL fans, you can win real NFL prizes from Pepsi and Tostitos, but you can also win unreal NFL experiences. Collect codes when you buy Tostitos or Pepsi, and you could win a real football helmet signed by an NFL pro. Or you could win an unreal trip to the 2017 NFL Pro Bowl. You could win real NFL gear just in time for Super Bowl 51. Or you could actually go to Super Bowl 51. So crack open a Pepsi, grab some Tostitos, then enter your codes at PepsiandTostitos.com.
No purchase necessary. Visit PepsiandTostitos.com for details.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
In the gun with Elliott to his right, 3rd and 2 at the Green Bay 7. Beasley right slot, they're blitzing. Play fake, throws it over the middle to Bryant, and he's got it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Oh, Des Bryant was great. 9 catches for 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a 40-yarder. Man, he was amazing. Capped the drive of the game right there, brought to you by Ford. Ford is the best in Texas.
He was awesome.
That was down at the line of scrimmage, it really looked like they were giving Dak the ability to, run the read pass option almost as their play of choice down there, which I think is awesome because there's no way to defend that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Dak had a really good game. The one that we haven't talked about yet, Gavin, and I'd love to get Jesse's opinion on this, is the interception because it looked like Hyde was in the huddle. And he was like, oh, sweet, I know exactly what's going to happen. As soon as you snap the ball, I'm going to run just straight this way, and I have a 99% chance that the ball's going to be thrown right to me. Because if he guesses wrong there, then there's nobody covering anybody. Right. But he knew exactly what was happening.
That's either really, really good film study, or he heard the play, or he knew the call or the check or whatever that was. They ran it one time. I think they ran that same play up in Green Bay early in the year. So sometimes those DBs, they have coverage recognition, and he looked like he was coming on a blitz.
Yeah.
And he was coming off the edge, and when Dak raised up to throw it, he threw it. I mean, he just walked right into that thing.
Yeah.
That was one of those things you go, how?
There's nothing that Dez could have done because he's the blocker.
There was nothing. Because here's the thing how it goes. When you're standing at the wide receiver position, you're looking in at the football. So the time you look into the football, once it snaps and you go to look up, there's just a second or two where you're trying to find who's in front of you and what's my next move. So when he went from looking inside the ball being hiked, and he looked up, Micah Hyde didn't hesitate. He was gone. Yeah. He left as soon as the ball moved. And so there's not enough time for him to look up, recognize it, and try to, block him, push him, do something. It just happened bang, bang, and Micah Hyde made a hell of a play.
And I thought he took a great angle where Dez couldn't, because Dez saw it coming and he grabbed his shirt. Luckily it wasn't a pick six, but there's nothing Dez, I thought, could do to really get in his way.
34-31, Cowboys lose. Gavin Dawson, Mike Bassick, and Jesse Hawley here taking your phone calls. Line number 7 is Chris in Hawaii here on the post-game show. Chris, thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Aloha.
Oh, Chris is not there anymore. How about Ruben in San Antonio? Ruben, you're on the post-game show. What you thinking tonight?
Yeah, hi. Appreciate you taking my phone call. Listen, I got 3 things that just been bugging me. I've been a Cowboy fan for about 50 years, and the thing that bothers me is that, first of all, I'm kind of tired of hearing about all this bye week excuse. That's what they play for. If the bye week was such a concern, then don't go win the East. Come out second or third, if that's the big concern. Second thing is, as coaches, I think it falls on the coaches. You don't want to leave any decisions made up to the referees to make a call, whether good or bad. So I don't get why these DBs are insisting on holding. A good play may turn into a bad play as it was in that deep interception. And the last thing is, I don't get the 3rd and 19. And you're going to give a Hall of Fame quarterback time to make a play? They just sacked them. That's just been something about me all year long. I hate that.
I think we're losing you there. I appreciate the call.
I'll say this. The coaches didn't have a perfect game. So me being sarcastic, look, the coaches made a few decisions that didn't work out in the Cowboys' favor, which looked bad possibly on the coaching staff. The last play, I felt like Aaron Rodgers created a lot more time by rolling out to the left.
They were doing a great job getting pressure in the fourth quarter.
Listen, you didn't let him do that, right? Trust me, those guys didn't line up and say, hey, guys, we're going to let him roll out. We're going to let him slide to the left. We're going to let him throw across his body and throw a perfect strike 40 yards down the field. They didn't let him do that. Listen,
he's fast.
He's in a class of his own because of the ability that he has. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks on the move. You don't let someone do that. He's that good at doing that. They were trying to cover it. There might have been a small hold on David Irving coming up the middle, but he created the space and he made a hell of a throw.
Just think of this, Cowboy fans. If it's the opposite way and the Cowboys win the game, are you saying, boy, how stupid are the Packers by letting Dak roll out to the left and throw a ball 40 yards down the field to win? No, we're saying that's one of the greatest plays we've ever seen in Cowboys history. That's what Packer fans are saying. That's what happened. It's one of the greatest plays. Yeah, I would have liked Byron to be closer to Cook or something, but it was an unbelievable play by an unbelievable quarterback.
There was another great play made on the other side of the field. It was the defensive stand of the game. We'll get you that and then take more of your phone calls when we get back. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Get in the game and go to Albertsons when you're looking for fresh produce. From farm fresh peaches to organic strawberries, Albertsons has every variety you can imagine. If you're looking for convenience, well, we have that too. Fresh cut daily, ready to add to any of your favorite recipes. And if it's that healthy snack for the backpack or lunch bag, we have that too with our fresh grab and goes. So shop where it pays to play. Save 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboy game day when you wear your Cowboy jersey. Albertsons, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys.
Gleaming floors and pristine restrooms, the sign of a well-run facility? With Pollock, janitorial supply is solved. Could always having toner, sticky notes, and coffee make your office more productive? With Pollock, workplace efficiency is solved. Want to get more products on every pallet? With Pollock, smarter packaging is solved. Anything you need, where you need it, when you need it. Count on it. Pollock is where solved happens. Call 1-800-843-7320 or visit pollock.com.
Thomas, Alexander, and Forster. Think differently. Reject boundaries. Win. Thomas, Alexander, and Forster. Fear the TAF. Visit fearthetaf.com.
Blue 42!
When you listen to the Cowboys game.
Blue 42! That hot!
Like you're in the Cowboys game. Revel Audio and the all-new Lincoln Continental. It immerses you in every note of music and every Cowboys game like you're on the field. That's Continental. And this is Lincoln, the official luxury vehicle of your Dallas Cowboys.
Wearing glasses with Crizal lenses can make a big difference in your vision. Neither the sandstorms of the Mojave Desert, nor the dust and dirt of a Texas rodeo, nor the glare of the bright lights of Broadway can keep you from having the clearest vision possible. For no-glare lenses with great water, dirt, dust, scratch, and smudge resistance, choose Crizal. Live life in the clear. That's C-R-I-Z-A-L. Crizal. Ask for them at your eye care professional.
For more than 30 years, the Dallas-based law firm of Bell Nunnally has been casting a big shadow for its clients. As a full-service business law firm with more than 55 award-winning attorneys, Bell Nunnally is proud to include commercial litigation, mergers and acquisitions, real estate, intellectual property, and white-collar criminal defense in its extensive list of practices. Go to bellnunnally.com or call 214-740-1400. Think big. Talk to Bell Nunnally today.
When you need help for yourself, your business, or a financial institution, financial services can be a complicated game. You need a team you can trust. Through 40 years in the game, SWBC has coached individuals, businesses, and financial institutions. SWBC provides insurance, mortgages, and more, and assists businesses with employee benefits, insurance, and payroll. Pass the ball to SWBC and let them create a winning game plan for your financial needs. Call 866-923-6403 or visit SWBC.com.
This is the Dallas Cowboys Pepsi postgame show, brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Grab a mug and be proud to be a Bigelow Tea drinker. Elephant Auto Insurance. More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com. Bell Nunnally. Cast a Big Shadow. Texaco. Texaco with Techron. Driving performance. Goody Goody. Low prices on fine wine, craft beer, and premium liquor. Goody Goody. Toast of the town. Thomas, Alexander, and Forrester Attorneys. Fear the TAF. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Sean and RJ, mornings on 105.3 The Fan.
First down and 8. Crowd's going nuts. Rodgers in the gun. Montgomery steps in to say, what you call? Okay, I got it. Snap is back. Looking around, lays pressure deep down the right side, and the ball is intercepted by Jeff Heath at the 15, up the left sideline, 30, makes a right at the 40. Jeff Heath comes away with the Cowboys' first takeaway. Let's see, with 17 minutes and 19 seconds, if that can jumpstart them back into things.
Yeah, it sure did. The Cowboys were down 15 at that point. They get a touchdown. They get another touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but they were 3 field goals kicked in the final 3 minutes. And the Packers kicked 2 of them, and they get the victory 34-31. Jeff Heath responsible for our defensive stand of the game, brought to you by Reliant. Reliant keeps you powered at home, at work, and on the go. You heard Brad Sham right there talking about the crowd being up. And it was great. I think today was the best performance by the crowd in AT&T Stadium history.
Yeah, I believe so, too. And the other thing, Gavin, we were talking about Friday, and we do a local radio show in Dallas-Fort Worth here. We said, would you rather be down by 2 with the ball, or would you rather be up by 2 and have to stop Aaron Rodgers? And we came to the consensus that we'd rather have the ball losing, and it freaking played out that way.
It also played out that a huge decision from the officials on a catch or no catch, really had a massive impact as Jared Cook's 40-yard completion. I think it is the greatest toe drag from any tight end. I mean, you go back and look at the still shots. His knees are almost on the ground, and he still has the strength to keep his toes down. And the Packers were rewarded for that, and we did not get overtime as a result.
Ballet.
I would buy it.
And to your point, one of the things Aaron Rodgers in these interviews late in the year, how they've won 8 games in a row, said one of the major contributors now that he didn't have early when he wasn't playing that great was Jared Cook.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys didn't have Des Bryant. They both were huge impacts on this game.
Sure were. Gavin Dawson, Jesse Hawley, and Mike Bassick, and we're taking your phone calls. Here on line number 9 is Byron in Fort Worth. Thanks for calling the post-game show. What you thinking, Byron?
Man, I'm just thinking, I'm an ABC fan. I'm happy about tonight. I'm all about somebody beating the Cowboys. But I just think the NFL is uniform. And
thanks, Byron. Yep. Appreciate the call. Opens a line at 877-881-1053. Trolling will ruin your life now. Be careful with that trolling there, pal. Here's Danny in Waxahachie. You're on the Cowboys post-game show. Danny, go ahead.
Hey, guys, you hear me?
Yes.
All right, sorry about that. I broke out. I'm calling just to kind of vent for 1 second, so give me 1 second. I've been listening while I've been on hold. I hear other people talking about the 3rd and 2 that led to an interception. I understand that. I get it. If you've got – I'm going to move on to the 3rd and 3 play towards the end. I know you're probably getting tired of hearing it, but I got to cover this real quick. If you've got a running back that's averaging 5.6 yards a carry, it's 3rd and 3. You know if you don't get this pass, you're going to kick this field goal. Why drop back into the pass and allow that time to set? If you do run Zeke at that point, again, 5.6 yards a carry, if you run Zeke at that point, and he even gets stuffed at the line, now you're letting the clock drop down. You can call a timeout inside 10 seconds. Dropping back and putting Dak in that situation, you've opened up all kinds of different variables for issues to come up. Bobble snap, a sack, pressing us back more, an incomplete, leaving 35 seconds and 2 times out to Aaron Rodgers. I just don't understand it. The 3rd down is what won and lost this game. I mean, look at the 3rd down for the Green Bay Packers.
They had the same stat.
Yeah, 6 of 11. That is a hell of a call, though, because it does bring up the strategy of we just can't let Aaron Rodgers have the ball back. But the Cowboys are also thinking they're confident we're going to complete the ball, we're going to get the 1st down, we're going to, keep going. But that's not a bad approach either. How he laid it out, how you run the ball there on 3rd down, and
so the Packers use one of their timeouts,
and they get the ball. They still get if you don't make it, and maybe they don't. Maybe they're afraid you're going to go for it on 4th down. I don't know, but
you know what? I think the caller has a point. I mean, when you look
I think all these callers, though, could greatly benefit from having an opportunity to work inside sports or be on a sports team,
right,
and have all these ideas and then get humbled and shaken to the foundation by a coach that then says, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the tape. Why did we pass? Well, Dak went to the line of scrimmage, and the Packers were saying, there's no way in hell we're going to let you run.
But the
Packers are giving you single coverage on the outside, and you roasted them throughout the game in single coverage in the passing game as a result. That's why you came back. They were giving that to you, and it would be foolish not to take it.
I understand what you're saying, but if you look at that particular drive, Zeke had a bunch of big runs on that particular drive, and you just want to kind of see that when the offensive line, when they get that rhythm of blocking, you kind of put the onus on them and say, listen, you guys say you're the best in the league. We need 2 freaking yards. We need 2 freaking yards. Let's line up and let's blow these guys off the ball and get 2 yards. At this level, with this type of team, you have to put that kind of thing on your offensive line and say, listen, we're going to run the ball right here. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run this clock out and take a field goal. We're going to get the hell up out of here. Give me 2 yards. And they decided not to go on that. So sometimes I can see where it's coming from, but you're right, Gavin. But you like to see an opportunity for the best running back or one of the best running backs in the league with the best offensive line in the league, get you 2 yards and run some clock out.
I hear you. I would have given it to him, too.
Okay.
I would definitely would have. I think either choice is good there from a coaching staff.
When it doesn't work, you're going to get complaints from both sides.
Okay, Cowboys fall 34-31. We'll come back, give you the player of the game, take more of your thoughts. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
This is the sound of Jason Witten catching a game-winning touchdown. And this is the sound of Reliant finding the people of Dallas the perfect electricity plan. Sounds pretty similar when Jason Witten catches a TD. And whether you're switching homes or switching plans, Reliant can help. Just sign up for the Reliant Cowboys Secure Advantage Plan and get an autographed Jason Witten football. All you got to do is call 1-866-RELIANT or visit Reliant.com.
Valid for residential customers only. Restrictions apply. Call or visit Reliant.com/Cowboys plan for details. Reliant PST number 10007.
Hey, NFL fans, you can win real NFL prizes from Pepsi and Tostitos, but you can also win unreal NFL experiences. Collect codes when you buy Tostitos or Pepsi, and you could win a real football helmet signed by an NFL pro. Or you could win an unreal trip to the 2017 NFL Pro Bowl. You could win real NFL gear just in time for Super Bowl 51. Or you could actually go to Super Bowl 51. So crack open a Pepsi, grab some Tostitos, then enter your codes at PepsiandTostitos.com.
No purchase necessary. Visit PepsiandTostitos.com for details.
For nearly 40 years, SWBC Solutions has been teaming up with people, companies, and financial institutions in Texas and across the country. Visit SWBC.com.
On Saturday, February 25th, Rock Nation Sports presents the return of 5-time world champion and Puerto Rican legend Miguel Cotto versus Texas-owned power-punching James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland in an all-out brawl at the brand-new Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Cotto versus Kirkland, the return. February 25th at Ford Center at the Star in Frisco.
Through life's ups and downs and for all the journeys ahead, you know what to bring. The car you can count on. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Through it all.
At the University of North Texas, 37,000 students from around the world fulfill their dreams and transform their lives through education and opportunity. UNT has been ranked a Tier 1 research university by the Carnegie Classification and named one of America's 100 best college buys for 20 straight years. Get the best education in Texas in the best college town in Texas. Find us online at unt.edu. Discover why UNT is the university for you. The University of North Texas, established 1890.
To work this big land, you need equipment with values rooted as deep in Texas soil as you are. Like John Deere compact tractors with a 6-year powertrain warranty and big features that help you work less so you have more time to do what you love. John Deere was first in the Texas fields, and we're proud to be on the field as the official ag and turf equipment of the Dallas Cowboys. Find Texas-sized deals at myjohndeeredealer.com/football. Terms, conditions, exclusions, and warranty limitations apply. See dealer for details.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks. But not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting the Cowboys with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to Dallas Cowboys football, we go all out. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Welcome back. It is the Cowboys post-game show. Boys lose 34-31. Player of the game was Zeke. Had an awesome night rushing, brought to you by Pappa's Brothers Steakhouse, the player of the game, a cut above the rest, offering prime beef, dry-aged in-house, a proud supporter of the Dallas Cowboys. Gavin Dawson, Jesse Hawley, and Mike Bassick here. Final thoughts on the season, gentlemen?
Good season. You could even say great season, but super disappointing end. I'll get over it. The Cowboys eventually will get over it and move on, but it's a tough one to swallow. They were the best team in the NFC. I truly believe that. They were going to beat the Atlanta Falcons. I think if you play this game over again, like you said early on in the post-game show, you probably win this game 70% of the time, but so a few breaks didn't go your way. Aaron Rodgers makes an unbelievable play at the end of the game, and here we are again, not playing in an NFC championship game in over 20 years.
Yeah, wow, when you put it out there just in a sentence like that, it totally brings it into reality more. Can't believe how fortunate the Packers have been as an organization. I also feel like the better team makes luck in situations like this, and so often in this game, the better team is dictated by quarterback. And the great news is our quarterback now makes it through his rookie year with just tons of great experience, and hopefully he can take the next step next year.
Let me say this quickly. Has Dak set the bar so high for himself going forward? Like, think about that. Like, his rookie year, he went 13-3, won the NFC East, got a first-round bye. Now he lost in the divisional round.
Bar set high.
How does he overcome that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if next year he comes out and he goes 10-6, is that a letdown?
For a lot of Cowboy fans, yes.
Yeah, based on his predecessor, if he puts up the stats, he can at least say. But to your point, if he struggles, if he's a quarterback that doesn't have the stats or the wins, he has set a bar, and with that is going to come expectations, and there will be a lot of disappointment. Expectations are the beginning of suffering. But I think for him, he is going to be a guy that's going to put in the work and is going to at least be an efficient. Like, we're not going to see 20 interceptions. Right. We're not going to see a complete fall off.
I think too, playing for the Dallas Cowboys is totally different than playing for the Bengals or Cardinals or the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, the expectation is be Roger Staubach, be Troy Aikman, and if you're not that, then you weren't that great.
All right, let's take a couple of more phone calls here to wrap up the show and the season. And line one here is John in Forney. You're on the post-game show, John. Go ahead.
Yes, hey guys. I just got a couple of questions. I know I heard the guy from Hawaii talk about the 3rd and 20. I'm just dumbfounded. Cowboy Nation is going to talk about the last 60 seconds of this game, okay? On the offense and defensive calls. I just think that at 3rd and 20, we should have brought in everybody and rushed Aaron Rodgers and at least try to put some pressure on him because he had all day to throw that ball. And even my daughter in Jessica in California wanted to know why we threw three passes in the final seconds. So.
Yeah, it was brutal right there. I felt like, there were a couple of drives where they got down inside scoring range and then suddenly became a passing team. Was it the drive at the end of the first half that they ended up only getting a field goal where nothing was stopping them? And, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like, the developments in today's game and the twists and turns were so unfortunate, and such an easy decision one way or the other could have changed so much, and I think that's what is going to make it one of the more devastating losses, not only in Cowboys history, but in North Texas sports history.
To sum it up, sports are miserable, and they stink when you lose, and they're awesome and the best thing in the world when you win, and we're on the losing side of it, so everything went wrong for us, and on the winning side, everything goes right.
Yeah, I mean, there's 32 teams in pro football, so 31 get this experience more or less, and only one of them is lucky enough to be the victor. Okay, we're going to join Steelers and Chiefs in progress here. Steelers and Chiefs up there in Kansas City. And that'll do it, for Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg, Troy Hughes, Tim Collins. Been a great season. Oh. Mike Bassick and Jesse Hawley, thanks you guys so much. Thanks to all the fans who were awesome. Guys. Had a great time this year. And we look forward to the OTAs and the draft and then training camp before you know it. So Sunday night football, I guess.